EA Sports and the PGA Tour are delighted to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Zurich Classic of New Orleans is about to start. Delighted to have 2002 PGA Championship winner Rich Beem in the booth. I'm Luke Elvey, and it's a good morning to Henny Koyak, who's out on the course following our featured group.
Thank you so much, Luke. I am so happy that I have been put with these two players because they've been going back and forth at each other on social media leading up to this event. They seem to really have something to prove, a bone to pick with each other, and it'll all be settled out on the golf course today.
Yes, he's got a sharp tongue and a clever game. Let's see how HV3 goes up against this player in this rivalry. Yes! And that'll be a big boost to his standings on the leaderboard. Well, that's worth a replay. Let's take another look.
This one was a great chip in. I could watch this all day.
Checking in on the leaderboard, this player is currently tied for first with Lydia Ko. Rich, if you missed a birdie opportunity at the first, you've certainly got one here at the second.
Yeah, it's par 5. It's pretty much just straight away. You got to avoid those bunkers down the left-hand side. For those players laying up, you got to lay. This green sits ever so slightly above the fairway, and again, they're just not that big of targets. It really is a cool golf course designed by Pete Dye.
Rich, New Orleans, or should I say, Nolans. How good is it here to be on the Bayou? This is a special week. It's a great eating week and a real festival atmosphere.
It is, and it's hosted on a golf course that provides plenty of fireworks as well. What a cool design this is. It's wide open off the tee, but then the greens are minuscule in size, and they have these little runoff areas where it doesn't look like you're going to be in much trouble, but you start missing a couple of greens in a row, and you start getting these head scratching. Well, do I bump it in there? Do I flop it on the green? Do I take it low, high, medium, bump it into the... I mean, you have so many different ways of playing shots around these greens that you can outthink yourself. And I think that's what happens with a lot of these players, is that usually you have one option when you miss the green. Here, you got a whole lot of them. So this golf course grabs your attention, especially around the greens, which makes it quite difficult for a lot of these players. Looking really good.
That's a long-range bomb, and with it, puts extra strain on the person chasing behind them. And let's have another look at that one.
I could watch this one all day. Who would have thought that would go in?
And after that hole, he's no longer sharing top spot. He's at the summit all alone. The third hole is a long par 3 measuring 230 yards.
Be careful of the wind here. You can't always feel it, as those trees on the left sometimes block it out. Missing it right is an obvious no-no, but missing it left is no guaranteed of an up and down either. The green slopes away pretty severely over there.
Oh, stop it. What a shot. 7 feet to the cup. That's tracking. That's very impressive.
Oh, that settles the nerves right there. Great stuff.
Currently at -4 for the round. TPC Louisiana might be known as a birdie fest. However, you're going to find plenty of challenges, including the par 4 fourth.
How can bunkers that are so minuscule be so agonizing? That's exactly what these are down the left-hand side of the fourth hole. You avoid those, and you get a good look at the green for your second shot that gently works away from the player.
And Henny, what kind of a shot are they facing this time?
Setting up here from about 175 yards.
Yeah, not a bad effort, that one. Up onto the green and a chance to hole your putt.
That would be back-to-back birdies for this player.
This putt is for a spot inside the top 10. Oh, this looks pure. Oh, just missed that one. 19 feet to the cup.
Little birdie look in here.
That's impressive. He just keeps extending his advantage over the field.
Unreal display this week with that wand.
Still in the lead now after that hole. Rich, the fifth is a shortish par 4 by today's standards, but still enough there to mess with your ball.
Players want to move the tee shot from right to left on this hole because there's some trees on the tee box that'll kind of force you that direction, so driver may not be the play. The second shot, however, that's where it gets interesting. This green absolutely belongs in a skate park. This has more humps and bumps and wobbles in it. It is a very cool design.
A quality shot, that. And now let's head over to Harold Varner III.
Coming off a bogey on the last hole.
Oh, just missed. That'll sting a bit. Let's get back to it, shall we? A chance to move to 6 under the card with this putt. Oh, that's a ripper.
That is definitely a confidence builder.
Well, I think that warrants another look. Let's see that again.
Now this is how you putt. Take another look at this.
Now 4 shots up after that hole. The 6 is a tremendous par 4. Plenty of golf hole, this one.
Water all the way down the left-hand side, so that's going to shove your tee shot out to the right, which will make that second shot so much longer. Not much to the screen. It's fairly flat, but finding it in 2, well, that's a tall order.
That drive heading straight towards the cut stuff. And Henny, what's he facing with this one?
Setting up here from about 185 yards.
Can they get a little ground draw here? That's a good shot by him. He'll be delighted. This putt is 16 feet to the hole. Like the look of this one. Fair effort, that. Good birdie. And that will take him to 7 under. Our leader is out in front by a whopping 5 strokes. The 7th provides a great opportunity if you can get a good driveway. This par 5 is a lovely hole.
There are 2 menacing bunkers on this hole. The far one, the one right in the middle of the fairway, it looks like a zit from the back tee box. That is not the place to be.
That was wonderfully done. Steady now. Just a 4-footer remaining. Mark it down. That's 6 birdies today. And with that, he'll move to 8 under par. Awesome play. Currently in first position. The 8th is a short par 4, Rich, and modern players are starting to try to drive this green.
They are, although I don't quite see it that way. It's such an easy second shot if you just lay it up short of those fairway bunkers down the left-hand side. You're not going to have much more than a flip sand wedge, gap wedge maybe, to a green that once again has a lot of movement to it.
Well, Rich, in the thick stuff here, not a good spot to be.
Hitting it over here in the first place was just awful. I would blame his caddy.
Nice out the rough here. I think that ugly lie really affected them on that shot. Not a surprising result, really.
How close was that to going down? Putting for a par now. There it is. And now heading over to Harold Varner III.
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
And after that effort, that's how it looks. Our current leader enjoys a 5-shot advantage. The front 9 finishes in a unique style, a par 3 of 210 yards length.
This is actually a par 3 on the card, but most players look at it as a par 4 because there is nothing simple about this hole. If you bail out to the right, you're going to fall off into a low area where it's nearly impossible to chip it up close without taking a risk. So most players are just resigned to making 4 and moving on.
And now let's head over to Harold Varner III.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
And this putt is for a big 2 on the scorecard.
This one looking really good.
That's a good putt to make. We'll take that. Oh, what a shot that was. Why don't we revisit the magic?
They got their putting boots on here. Look at how this ball rolls end to end. Thing of beauty.
Lovely position for our leader here, Rich. Out in front, but a few holes to go.
Well, after 9, so far so good. It's great to see these two players stepping up, getting the best out of the games. It'll be interesting to see exactly who's going to be ahead at the end of the tournament.
Handy effort, that one. Time for the second shot at the 10th. Oh, almost went in.
Well, he means business. Coming out, hitting shots like that against HV3. I think Harold's just as surprised as I am.
Oh, this will be good for the momentum. Let's make this birdie putt.
Their short game has been very impressive. They've been really sharp today.
And that's 8 birdies today.
Back-to-back birdies, moving the right direction there, Luke.
And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that. The par 5 11th, very gettable if, Rich, you can avoid that monster tree about 100 yards out.
Exactly. Tee shots, once again, you're throwing it between a couple of bunkers, but the second shot, there's a tree about 75 yards short of this green, and you've got to figure out a way around it. Do you draw it around it? Do you hit a fade around it? What do you do? No easy task for any of these players. Green sits above the player just a little bit, and again, has a lot of movement in it.
Time for the second shot at the 11th.
This one heading to the bunker.
And now heading over to Harold Varner III.
Yeah, he just made bogey on that last one.
Well, there's the line, the green side bunker. Can they get this one up and down? Trying to get to 11 under with this putt. Get in. I like that kind of fight. That shows resilience.
That a way to grind it out in the bunker, but up and down for the birdie. Nicely done.
No movement up or down on the leaderboard for this player. Well, the 12th is certainly one of the stronger holes on the back nine. This par 4 measuring just under 500 yards.
You want to try and hug the left-hand side as best you can to shorten up the hole as much as you can, but still avoid that bunker if at all possible. Second shot, the green up there sits a little bit caddy cornered to the players, so working the golf ball in there for left to right for your second shot would be the play.
Opting for the 6 iron. Any bounce to the left here would be helpful. And he's safely on the green. 16 feet to the cup.
What a great opportunity here for a look at a birdie.
Surely it's going to.
Why don't we catch up with the V-man, Harold Varner III.
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
So after that effort, this is what the leaderboard looks like. Leading by 9 strokes after that one. Rich, the 13th is a short par 4, but a really good one, depending on how much you want to take off.
There's really no at the green, Luke, with the tee shot, even if you have the power to get there, green, but is perched well above the fairway. It's a wonderful birdie opportunity.
Going with the pitching wedge here. Oh, this one's right down the pipe. Oh, that's a great shot and sets up a birdie look here at the 13th.
And they've been rolling the ball great today. Another great look.
And back to the course with the live action. What's in front of them, Henny?
Setting up this putt 10 feet from the cup.
And that putt will drop, and he'll extend his lead. Our current leader is enjoying a 10-shot lead. And I don't give the rest of the field much hope today. Our leader is way out in front in this final round. Well, for all the opportunities 13 provides you, you don't get too many here at the par 3 14th. It's a beast.
As easy of a birdie opportunity as the 13th was, 14, yeah, not so much here. Even though the green is quite large in size, it's difficult to hit with a long iron.
Good look at a birdie here. That's frustrating. And this putt coming up for his par. Well, that hole's behind us. More to play. Currently 13 under for the day. The 15th is certainly no cakewalk either. A par 4 measuring just under 500 yards.
This is the time where you need to have the best drive of the day. Take it out to the right, avoid the bunkers down the left-hand side. And the green, once again, it's got some movement into high spot in the front, a low area, and then a high area in the back. When the pin's all the way back, good luck making four.
From around 180 yards out. Yeah, a quality shot from him. He'll be pleased. 20 feet to the hole. Just didn't drop. Oh, I don't mind this par putt. And still in top spot after that hole. Keep it going.
3 holes remaining. This is what it's all about. Time to see who is going to get it done.
Well, as we approach the final holes here at TPC Louisiana, the short par 4 16, Rich, it's a good one, but also a challenging one.
Only the brave will take driver out on this short hole. Long irons, hybrids, fairway woods down the left-hand side is just fine.
Wonderfully played. And now let's head over to Harold Varner III.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Okay, let's get back to it, shall we? This putt here to get to 14 under the card.
He's staring down a birdie putt here.
Oh, so close. He's got a par putt here. Let's see if he can make it. The putt drops, and we're moving on. Well, this player's mighty fine. Their lead is now 9 after that performance.
2 holes to go, Luke. Can they hang on? Let's find out.
Oh, he's been putting on a clinic all day. Another beauty by our leader.
It's amazing to see how good this player is in full flow.
Ooh, right by the hole. There's part of about 6 feet coming up. Good putt, that. And now heading over to Harold Varner III.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Here's Harold Varner III. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. And now that finds him in first place. The closing hole at TPC Louisiana has water all the way down the right, Rich, but that's not its only issue.
Bailing out to the left, you'll find some menacing bunkers that you want no part of. However, if you find the fairway, going for it in 2 would be very tempting.
And that one's headed to the drink. And here we are with their 4th. A chance here to snatch the title if this chip drops. Ooh, that almost went down. That's a well-played chip shot there.
Such soft hands.
This putt for him to win the event. Rich, it's time you and I went down to Bourbon Street because we've just crowned our Zurich Classic of New Orleans champion.
This player taking a big bite out of the Big Easy with this win at the Zurich Classic of New Orleans.
Well, they came, they saw, and they conquered. They took down a fierce rival, and that's a victory they should be proud of, Henny.
Oh, absolutely. They silenced the giant today. They got the job done against the odds. We shouldn't ever have doubted them. There was some spectacular golf out there, and it was a pleasure to watch.
On behalf of Rich Beam, Henny Koyak, John McCarthy, I'm Luke Elvey saying so long from 2K Sports.